So I wanted to take a minute and talk about what's been going on in the Midwest and kind of all through the central United States right now. And we're running into a big problem with blizzards, rains, and floods. We had a huge melt off, real high temperatures. On top of that, we had rain. And anybody who knows from the area in the Midwest and the rivers and streams and stuff like that, we get ice jams. And usually we can maintain them with our levees and do slow control releases, and sometimes if it gets bad we'll dynamite the ice jams and we'll let them flow when there's blockages above bridges and any restriction points. But this last week we've just been hit so hard. There just wasn't enough time. I don't know if you guys have seen on the news. I mean, we've had dams totally let go. Levees are breaking. Farmers are scrambling to get their cattle and newborn calves out of the fields. People are getting stranded. There was a big issue because we lost a dam out by, I believe it was Schneider, Nebraska, and it released so much water so quick people just couldn't get out. There's rescue efforts. People are scrambling to get to higher ground. Even in my area, I live close to the river, but I'm anywhere near a floodplain. But with all the snow melt and rain, everybody's flooding. It was a scramble just to get supplies and try to help out where we can. Luckily for me, I got water in my basement, which is not a big deal. That stuff dries out. I can manage that. My retention pond, it overfilled, and I had a standpipe that hasn't flowed water in years, probably 25 years, but it was rushing. I'll show you guys video of that. But here's some pictures of what's going on here in the Midwest right now. So seeing that, knowing that, guys, keep us in your prayers. If there's any way anybody local could help out, please do. People are going to need food, places to stay, volunteer where you can. Anything can help. Just keep us in your prayers. Keep all the people who are affected by the blizzards in South Dakota, Colorado, and the floods here in Nebraska. Just keep us in his prayers, and we'll all pull through it. Let's go take care of some chickens. I know it's been a long time. Let's get outside. So if you guys see in the previous videos, I'll put up a link up at the top. But the bird that I had, that I thought it was sick, it's just not getting better, and I don't know what's going on with her. So I'm not sure if she's injured, because I got two roosters in this coop and they've been kind of squalling pretty bad lately, and I'm not sure if she got injured in a fight, but she has not regained the use of her legs fully, and she's not showing any progress either. I thought maybe it was a mineral deficiency. Tried deworming. She wasn't really showing any signs of that. She's obviously not laying any eggs because she's not doing well. So I'm not sure if it's Merrick's or not, but what I'm going to do today is I'm cleaning out the coop. I'm taking everything out, all the bedding, all the nest box straw that I have in there. I'm just cleaning the whole coop out. I just saw in a recent video that Jason Cog, he uses lime. I'm going to put some of that down. I'm going to try that out, and we'll see if it works. But I hope none of my other birds are sick, and they're not really showing signs of being sick. But I'm going to go inside the coop and I'm going to check them out. They haven't been out in a long time, and It's springtime. It's time for them to stretch their wings. He sure is a loud bird, ain't he? And that's why we call him Waylon. Waylon, he ain't being very nice today. We got Snowflake out. I actually had to grab him and bring him outside because he refuses to come outside the coop. And he also refuses to go inside the coop. He's just a tough bird. A big pain. But I kind of like him, and I don't know why. Stretch your stuff, Waylon. We know who's boss. Y'all don't have to leave, but you can't stay here. I know. I got a couple hens in the box still, so we're just gonna let them do their thing, and then I'm gonna get to cleaning up. I just want to remind you guys, you probably should be wearing a mask when you do this, but I don't have a mask right now, so I'm just gonna tough it out. Whew. I tell you what, it's hotter than the dickens in there. And my birds are not happy that I'm cleaning the house. Especially the two roosters. They just screaming at me the whole time. Y'all need to chill out. I'm here to help you. Oh, the joys of having chickens. It's a little warm right now, but I got the coop cleaned out. And right now we're going to put down some DE, diatomaceous earth. See if I can get that focused. And then we're going to put down some lye on top of this, or lime. And let's get that done and get back to you. Well, we got the DE down and we got the lime down. Now all it's left to do is put some wood chips and change out their nest box straw, and we should be good. I don't know about you guys, but nothing beats the smell of pine shavings, I'll tell you what. So let's get this spread around and then we'll work on those nesting boxes. I'll tell you one thing I'm not going to do anymore is I'm not going to do the deep litter method anymore. I think it's just a bad idea for the coop that I have. I'm not saying it is a bad idea for everybody, but for me, I just don't like it. It's as you can tell, I am soaking wet from digging all this deep litter out right now. And I think it's just easier to clean it out during the winter time and just put down fresh litter every time it needs to be changed out and stay on top of it instead of letting it gang up on you and then kick your butt like it just did me. So to share with you guys, one of the things that I have a problem with that maybe you can do help me with some suggestions is the food. So if I put this feeder on the outside and dangle it, it's going to get chicken droppings in it. So I hide it underneath this roost here, or not this roost, but this little sitting board for them to get in their nesting boxes. And then I elevate it off the ground, but the problem I'm having is I don't get poop in there or chicken scrap in there anymore, but the problem what I'm getting is they just pick this stuff out and they fling it everywhere. They just flinging it everywhere. I bet you 90% of this area I just cleaned out was wasted feed. So I'm not really sure how I need to combat that. Maybe I need to go with like a tube feeder that I fill up and they only have a little small section to eat out of. I'm not sure yet, but I definitely got to figure something else out because this is being very wasteful right here. It's creating a huge mess and I don't want to get any critters either. And it was really pain to clean it all up. So let me know what y'all think. So this is what I'm using for their nesting boxes. It's just a kind of a bedding straw type of material. Bomb Guard special. Nothing special. Believe it or not, this is probably the dirtiest part of cleaning this coop out, is dealing with this straw. It is dusty as all get out. Ugh. Man, whew, you see what I gotta do here? It is dusty. And Mama washed my rag and I can't find where it's at. I don't have any dust mask, so we're just gonna have to use my t-shirt. That's alright, it's good to go. So even if your chickens aren't using this as a restroom, you're getting a lot of droppings and stuff, it's always a good idea to change it out. The bad thing about straw like this is it holds moisture and creates mold. And we don't want mold growing in our coop. So change it out, even if it's not dirty. Now my girl's got some favorite boxes they like to use, so I'll be sure to put some in there. But these other ones down on the bottom, they never use them, ever. I've never seen a chicken in them, nor an egg sitting in those boxes. I don't know why. Probably because they just got, I'm thinking if I remove this bottom shelf, they probably use them. But I have enough holes and boxes right now that I don't have to really worry about that. So we'll be getting 12 more laying hens here in the next month. And then, you know, I'll have to worry about making some more holes available for them once they start laying eggs. So we'll worry about it then. So right now I gotta work on cleaning out their run. It has a lot of scat, has a lot of scat in there, and I just want to get all those old wood chips out of there. And I'm just going to scrape off the top layer because I don't have to worry about getting down any deeper because it's all frozen. One of the main reasons why we're flooding because we have no ground that's thawed out to suck up some of this moisture and this water. So I'm going to scrape this all out. We're going to use it. It's going to be great compost. The stuff I took out of the coop, I put it in my compost pile, but by no means are we going to use that this year for our gardens. It's way too hot, I think. So I'm going to use this on the gardens because it's been sitting out here for a really long time and they haven't been using it a whole lot. Well, they have, but it's been rained on and washed out, so a lot of nitrates are gone, so it's not going to burn vegetables. But that other stuff, I wouldn't suggest putting it on your garden first year. I'm going to let it sit for a couple months and maybe sprinkle it on as a add-on fertilizer later. So let's get this scraped out. Whew, it is super muddy out, guys. Look at that. That's some good stuff right there. Man, that's some hard work. I'm telling you what, I'm going to pay for this for a few days. For all of you don't know, I've got bad elbows. I've had surgery on both my elbows. Got both scars right there. I got a tendon that attaches my forearm muscles that has torn in both my arms, or both my elbows. And I've had surgery on both my elbows, and by no means is it it's more of a relief a little bit, but if I do work like this, I pay for it. There's no stretching, warming up, or special methods or anything. It's just either you do it or you don't. And unfortunately, there's no way around it. I'm always going to be sore no matter what I do, so I can't let it slow me down. But let's hope I still got some power in these arms and elbows for the fish fry tonight for some 12-ounce curls. So we'll see. Well, that's it, folks. This boy is done. I used the nesting box scraps and cleanup, or straw, whatever you want to call it, to line the outside of the coop. So I figured I'd help him dry out because it's pretty wet and muddy, and I know I wouldn't want to walk in that kind of stuff. So I think I'm going to call it a day in the coop. I'll move on to the next project. Another thing I wanted to cover is when I'm done using this machine, I always like rinsing it off, especially when it's real muddy like right now. I mean, there's nothing worse than having this thing break down and it's covered in mud and you got to dig through all that stuff, or that stuff dries up and you need to work on something. So it doesn't take no time at all to give it a quick rinse, because you know it's good for the machine. It's going to make your life easier in the long run. Don't skip the step. Don't take the easy way out. Just rinse it off when you're done. And you know, these machines are super expensive. I mean, this thing's like a car payment, but it helps me out. Like, I could not do anything on this farm, all right, my acreage, if it wasn't for this. When I first started out, I had a John Deere mower, like X320, and I tell you what, since I got this, life changer. I'm going to take care of it. It's going to take care of me. You guys, be sure you don't skip the steps. Take care of your equipment, all right? Hey guys, if there's any questions you guys have on what we went over today, hit me up. You can hit me up on Instagram, Sunnyslope Homestead. I have a Facebook page. It's called Sunnyslope Homestead. And or just leave me a comment or message me somehow. Just let me know. And if you guys enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe, and share the video. If there's anything that you guys want to see me do different, or got a video that you want me to do, throw me a message. I want to know. I want to know exactly what you guys want. I need your guys' feedback. So help me help you. So remember, subscribe, like, hit me up on Instagram, Facebook. Thanks, guys.